is a single thing that has remained constant through my probably 8-year love affair with makeup and the beauty YouTube community, it has definitely been admiring Pretty Mac limited edition packaging. So if you've been around this channel before, you likely know that I like to play graphic designer because, you know, graphic design is my passion, and I decided to make some of my own. So also, before we get too much into things, hi, welcome to this video. I'm Iris/BeautyBees. I'm in a really weird mood today because I'm coming up on a 4-day weekend very quickly here, and I've been drinking full sugar soda today for the first time in literal years. Caffeine doesn't do anything to me anymore because I'm a Diet Coke addict, but wow, sugar soda is doing something for me. Also, today's my birthday, so, you know, exciting. Anyway, back to the point of the video. I have pulled together 6 limited edition MAC lipstick tubes. I know that the proportions are a little bit off, and graphic design is my passion, not graphic design is something I'm good at. The way that I decided to organize this video is that we will start with January and work our way through the year. I feel like these pieces of packaging really fit nicely into, you know, winter releases, summer releases, etc. So let's get into it. I wanted to start off the year with something fun and fresh and just a little bit different than what MAC has done previously. So I decided with the first lipstick tube that I would go for something very much inspired / collaborating with the estate of Mondrian. He is the artist who's probably most famous for these super simplified landscapes, these black, white, and primary colored sort of grid paintings. Also the YSL collections from the 60s that had the Mondrian prints on them. Anyway, I've taken a piece of one of Mondrian's artworks and transposed it onto this MAC lipstick tube, and I thought that it would be only fitting if the lipstick inside was this same very specific color of slightly tomatoey orangey red that Mondrian seemed to use over and over again. And I think the effect on this is pretty. I think that the MAC logo fits in with this pretty minimal, simplified design aesthetic. I like this really clean white. It's not a super stark, pure white. There's a little bit of a softness to it, but yet it's not so soft that it leans into being off-white or being cream or being a light blue. This still feels very white without being sharp, and I really appreciate that. This is true for all of these pieces of packaging, but if MAC put these out, I've never purchased a full price MAC lipstick, and I've never purchased a piece of limited edition packaging from MAC, I think, but I would buy these probably at full price. So, you know, MAC, if you want, what is this? Probably about $138 for me. You know how to do it. Next up, we have my favorite one from this entire video, and this would definitely be a spring release. I just think this is so pretty with the cute little poppies. I like that the cap and the bottom are very much a set. They look like they go together, but it's not just the same design copy-pasted from one to the other. I like how the MAC logo is nestled in the stems of these little poppies. I think that's very sweet, and I hope that they would keep the finish on this packaging to sort of a ceramic feel. I know that MAC packaging is always just plastic, but I feel like they could at least make it look like ceramic, and I think that would be really lovely. Also, for the metallic pieces of this packaging, I've gone with this dark sort of antique gold bronze shade. I feel like that suits the vibe of this so much better than the usual MAC silver does. And overall, this just feels pretty. This is light and feminine and airy and pretty in a way that I feel really hits the right notes for a springtime release. And it's not those stupid cherry blossoms. I feel like MAC has done something cherry blossom-y like 3 years in a row at this point. Like, branch out. Try other flowers. The more I look at this next one, which I see as being like an early summer, maybe even late spring release, I feel like MAC has done something somewhat similar. I don't think it's been identical to this, but I will have to do some digging. But anyway, I wanted this to be a watercolor look. I wanted to keep with something light but bright at the same time, something that really fits the right mood for, let's say, like late April, May, June, when you're sort of transitioning from weather that feels like spring to weather that feels like summer. And I think that this light yellowy green to blue, not quite gradient watercolor packaging really hits the right notes. I decided that with this piece of packaging, I wanted the parts that are usually that silver metallic bit on a MAC lipstick to be more plasticky and blue. I think that really complements first the lipstick color and the packaging a little bit better than silver does. It makes it feel a little bit different. And I think that overall adding that dark blue element really makes this come together as a whole. It doesn't feel like you've just printed a funny design on usual MAC packaging. It makes it feel more thought out and more special, which I think is especially important in a relatively plain design like this just striped tube. I've actually had this basic design sitting around forever, and I'm so glad that it finally found a home. This really deep navy with copper, silver, and bright gold stars I think would be so fun for a later summer, I think July, August release. I think, honestly, I like star designs quite a bit. This is something that I would purchase any time of year, but I like how this reads equal parts summer, especially for us Americans, with the very with the star design against a navy background that reads very 4th of July to me, but at the same time it feels very winter holiday season. It feels very festive, and this is just pretty. I like how kind of tacky the stars look. I mean, they're too bright, they're too shiny, the colors are not quite right to be real copper or real gold or real silver. They look very much plastic. I would really hope that these would be raised. I think that would be, first of all, just really fun, and second, stop this from feeling a little too tacky, make it feel a little bit more expensive. But overall, I just wanted this to be fun. For the usual silver parts of the MAC packaging, I did actually keep with silver this time, surprisingly enough, but I really amped up the shine on this. I want this to have an almost holographic metallic shine to not match per se, but at least match the energy of the stars on the front. And I think this worked out beautifully. And of course, if we're going for holiday season meets 4th of July, I thought that a blue-based red was exactly the right color. Now we're getting into fall, With some of these releases, I feel like they could happen at any time of the year, but this one I think had to be either fall or winter. It's not right for spring at all. On the bottom, we have this very Art Nouveau inspired floral design. It's an illustration. I think it's really beautiful. And then on the top, I've taken that deep green background that you see in the photo, and I've made the entire cap that color. I thought that ended up looking a lot more elegant, a lot more put together, and honestly a little bit more fall than extending that design over the rounded cap. And I like this is a little bit different from the others in that the cap does not perfectly match the bottom. It definitely corresponds. It definitely feel like a set, but they aren't super matchy-matchy. And I went with gold, of course, for the silver pieces of the usual MAC packaging to go with the design on the bottom. And I want this color of lipstick. This is such a pretty plummy berry shade. This is a color that I wish we saw a little bit more often for fall. Instead of going this very bricky direction, I wish we went a little bit more plummy with our berries. But in any case, I would wear this so often. And I would enjoy the packaging every single time. And then finally, we have a holiday or winter release. And I didn't want to go super festive, and I'd already kind of used this geometric star design for like late summer. So I decided I was going to go celestial again, but I was going to go in a very blown out, whimsical, galaxy kind of way. So here we have this black packaging with gold accents and this light champagne bordering on gold, almost galaxy design. I feel like champagne gold and black together feels very festive and especially very New Year's. And this feels like a very, I think, quite sophisticated take on that kind of packaging. It's not tacky fun the way some of these other releases are. This feels like a really lovely gift, which I think is absolutely essential for a holiday collection. And I stuck a purple lipstick in there because, you know, why not? And that is our year of MAC releases. I really want all of these. If I had to rank them though, I want the poppy one. That's top of the list. I would put the stars and the fall floral tied at number 2/3. The black and gold New Year's Eve celestial packaging with Mondrian, and then in last place of my faves, ones that really fit my aesthetic because I made them, I would put this watercolor blue one. So anyway, let me know what you think. I would really be interested in hearing what your ranking would be. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did. I think you might like it around here. And I hope that I will see each and every one of you in the next video. Bye!